Hey, homegirl, welcome to the Girl Just Heal podcast, where together we learn how to navigate our healing journeys in a way that challenges us to destroy limits and break down walls that have been keeping us subject to our trauma. I am your host, your favorite homegirl, Neimoya Basden. And just like you, I am on this healing journey, navigating the ups and downs of this thing called life, while simultaneously allowing God to usher me right into the place where He wants me to be. So get comfy, grab your journal, and let's talk about all the ways we can heal, grow, and evolve together. Hey, homegirls, welcome to the Girl Just Heal podcast. I'm your favorite homegirl, Neimoya Basden, and child, listen. So how are y'all doing? How are y'all healing? I pray that y'all are doing well, feeling well, all of those great things. So we're going to go ahead and get into this episode. We're going to start with some homegirl announcements. The first being, continue going to girljustheal.com to get your prayer cards, your homegirl merch, all of the things, even just to learn about Girl Just Heal, learn about who we are, all of those good things. Join the homegirl list. Make sure you're doing all those things at girljustheal.com. And the second update is, y'all, Girl Just Heal Conference 2025 is happening, and details are going to be released really soon. And I know I keep saying that, but I am trying to give y'all time to join that list. I need for you to go to girljusthealconference.com, join the list so that you don't miss the details that are about to be released. When I tell you, this conference, I'm only in the planning stages of this conference, in the beginning stages, but God is already revealing so much stuff to me, and I just don't want you to miss out. A lot of homegirls missed out at Girl Just Heal Conference 2024, and I want you to be in the room for Girl Just Heal Conference 2025. So if you're interested, go to girljusthealconference.com, join that list, and details are going to be released really, really soon. And I'm so excited. I can't wait. So now we're going to go ahead and slide into the episode. We are going to shout out a homegirl. Y'all know it's time to read a homegirl review. And this review today comes from C Patience, and it's titled Thank You. And she did leave a 5-star rating. So thank you so much for that, homegirl. And she says, I have been struggling with a breakup for almost 2 months now. I found your podcast. Wow. Just what I needed. So eye-opening and true. Thank you for helping me through the healing process. And you are right. All in God's timing. See, Patience. First of all, thank you so much, homegirl, for this amazing review. I truly, truly appreciate it. But baby, let me tell you, I don't know. I think because of the storms and just me living life and going through things, that statement in God's timing is real personal for me. So every time I see it, every time I hear it, I am just like, listen, I am a firm believer that everything happens in God's timing. And I'm not just talking about the good things that happen, because we always want to magnify on in God's timing. It's going to be good. It's going to happen for you, baby. You're going to get that job. You're going to get that car. You're going to get that man you've been wanting, okay? You're going to have them kids. I'm not talking about all those good things. We forget that the bad things that happen, those are also in God's timing. And homegirls, the reason why I want to shed light on that, not to be a negative Nancy or to magnify on the things that's going wrong in your life and to trigger you and to remind you that you got a closet full of stuff that's going wrong. I'm not here to be that person. But what I'm saying is that don't just focus so much on, oh man, all good things happen in God's time. And that's true. But bad things happen in God's timing as well. God allows us to go through certain storms in this life, because how else are we going to grow? How else are we going to move forward? How else are we going to get good character and endurance and long suffering and patience and kindness and love? How else will we possess the fruits of the Spirit if we are not going through nothing? If we're not going through storms, if we're not going through challenging things. And a lot of times we just feel like, well, we shouldn't have to go through storms. Life should be smooth sailing. Life should be peaches and cream. Life should be just good. Yeah, I agree. I would agree with y'all. I wish, baby, I would vote for my life to just be good. I would vote for me to not ever have to go through anything in this life, just because that's the easiest thing, right? That's the most comfortable thing. But I'm also wise enough now and just trust God, like, and getting my spiritual relationship so much intact and building it so strong that I know that even those storms, they all come in God's timing as well. And I just went in on God's timing because, baby, listen, every chance I get, I can talk to y'all about God's timing, because I'm learning for myself during my healing journey how perfect and divine God's timing is with everything, not just the good, but also in the bad. Like, I'm taking the bitter with the sweet along this healing journey, baby, and that's just what it is. So anyway, thank you so much, homegirl, for that amazing review. Let me go ahead and come down off of that real quick, because we got some things I want to talk about in this episode. So now y'all already know what time it is. Baby, what? It is time for the most favorite part of this episode. I need you to get your singing voice on, okay? Because it's time for the what? It's time for the prayer cards. Prayer cards. It is time for the prayer cards. Prayer cards. 8. Prayer cards, 8. It's time for the prayer cards, y'all. It is time to get our word in. It is time to get this word in and see what God is going to say to us on today. Okay, so let's see where we going. My God. Our scripture today comes from Matthew chapter 5, verse 44, and it says, "But I say to you, love your enemies, pray for those who hurt you." Oh my goodness. And I laughed, y'all, because that was the daily scripture, I believe, yesterday from the YouVersion Bible app. I have the daily scriptures coming to my phone. And I think it was yesterday. This was the scripture, and I just felt so convicted when I read this, and I was like, okay, God, I hear you. But again, it was Matthew chapter 5, verse 44. It says, "But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who hurt you." Now, that last line is what I felt a little convicted about, because I'm like, I was just thinking about how sometimes we experience people in our lives, and sometimes they hurt us intentionally, sometimes they hurt us unintentionally. And I was trying to process how to deal with people who hurt me. Like, I've been going on this journey of how, like, what does my posture need to be when somebody comes and hurts me? And when I saw that scripture, I was just like, if God himself didn't just reveal to me an answer, because I'm sitting here really trying to figure it out. And the latter half of this scripture, Matthew chapter 5, verse 44, says, "Pray for those who hurt you." And so, homegirls, I just want to encourage y'all with this scripture, as I've encouraged myself. This is confirmation again for me today, like God always does it. But bookmark this scripture, Matthew chapter 5, verse 44. Make sure y'all go and read this scripture and just delve into it. And if something came up for you as I was reading this scripture, go ahead and drop that in the comments, y'all, and let me know how you interpret that scripture. What came up for you? Do you use that scripture in any kind of way? How has that scripture blessed you? Or just anything, whatever you want to say about that scripture, y'all know, drop it down in the comments section of this episode. So, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get into this episode. And for today's episode, we are talking about all things growth. Okay, all things growth. Because I had something that happened, and I promise you, analogies are like the best thing that ever happened. I love analogies. I heal with analogies. I use analogies, just all things analogies. And so I was in the Facebook community. If y'all are not in the Facebook community, I encourage y'all, join the Girl Just Heal Facebook community. We have over 320,000 women in there. Like, the homegirls be in there healing. We be in there growing. We be in there evolving together. So if you want to be a part of that, come on and join us in the Facebook community. It is such a wonderful tool. You can connect with some amazing homegirls. They might be in your city, might be in your state. Just connect and build these relationships so we can continue to build that sisterhood in that community. So I was in the community, and I be posting in the community every now and then. And when I first started the Girl Just Heal Facebook community, Facebook has this feature where it says you can basically tag at everyone. And this feature basically lets you tag all the members that are in your group. They'll get a notification because sometimes, if you're on social media, we join these groups and sometimes it just be so overwhelming in your news feed, or you be missing notifications because you're in so many different groups. Plus you got so many friends and all they stuff popping up on your timeline. And it's just like, okay, this is so overwhelming. So they usually will let you tag at everyone. And I would be using that feature. I could use it once a day. I'm like, okay, good. Because the homegirl's not going to miss anything by me using this feature. And it was a way for me to just reach as many homegirls as I could to let them know the updates and different things like that. So one day I go in there and I try to use the feature and the feature ain't available no more. So it's like, I keep on trying to do at everyone and it's not letting me do it. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going on? So I'm trying to reach out to Meta. I am on Google. I am trying to research why in the world can't I no longer use this feature, because I used to use it. I didn't abuse it. Like it should still be available for me to use. And so I promise y'all, I did research for months on this feature. And I'm like, why is this feature broken? Every article I found was like, sometimes it's not rolled out to everybody. And I'm like, I know that's not for me because the feature was rolled out to me. I've been using the feature since I created my group. And so I know that wasn't my case. It's just that something had happened to where I could no longer use this feature. So about, I don't know, probably like 3 months into me doing research on this, I come across this article that Facebook had released, and it basically lets you know that once your group gets to a certain number of individuals within that group, you can no longer use this feature because whatever metrics they have in place, they can't keep up with grouping a large number of people into this one feature. Okay, so you may have 200 people in your group. Oh, fine. Whatever they got set up, they could use that and do that with the 200 people. They can group all of them. But then you get 200,000, 300,000. You get all them thousands of people now that can no longer be used. That feature is no longer available to be used. And so when I saw this, I just chuckled. And the reason I chuckled is because sometimes we will be growing. Oh my God. Listen, I'm gonna need y'all, baby, hold your wigs down because your edge is probably finna be snatched with this word. And the reason I started chuckling once I read that this feature no longer worked after a certain amount of people is because I went back over all of the times that I spent. When I tell y'all, I spent hours trying to use this feature. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to post it. I'll just come back later and try to use it. I spent so much time, wasted so much time trying to use something that I had grown out of. Oh my God. Spent so much time trying to make something work that I had leveled up from. And it's not even to just say me personally leveled up and putting me on a pedestal, but my Facebook community, the Girl Just Heal Facebook community, it had surpassed that level, meaning we are continuing to grow. We are continuing to level up in this community. So things that I was trying to do previously when I first started Girl Just Heal, now it's not going to work because I am leveling up. I am growing. And this word hit me. It convicted me. I just had so many thoughts because I'm like, how many times in my life is God trying to level me up? Is God trying to help me experience growth? And I am sitting trying to do the same exact things I have been doing and getting frustrated because it doesn't work, instead of looking around and saying, okay, well, maybe God is helping me grow. Maybe God is helping me evolve. Maybe God is helping me me become a better version of me, that now I can't do what I used to do. I can't say what I used to say. I can't go to the same places I used to go to. I can't hang with them same crowds I used to hang with because now I'm leveling up. I can't say the things I used to say because now I am growing. I can't be around the same circle of friends I used to be around because now I am evolving. Now it's no room for me to do the things that I have been doing. But sometimes we want to stay comfortable and continue to do the things that we have been doing because it worked for us in a season. Just because it worked for you last season don't mean that it's going to work for you in this season, baby. You got to level up. You have to grow. You have to get out of that comfortable state. I know it feels good in that relationship right now. I know it feels good in that friendship right now. I know y'all have been kicking it for a little minute, but God is trying to tell you this relationship is no longer good for you, for where I'm trying to take you. But you can't get where I'm taking you because you refuse to grow. You refuse to go in the direction of growth. You're still trying to do things that worked last year. You still trying to do things that worked last week. Oh, well, it worked last week. It should work this week. Baby, it's been 7 days in between when that last worked. God can do the miraculous in such a short time. And you getting all bent out of shape because it's not working how it used to work. And that's all a part of the plan. It ain't supposed to work how it used to work. That's the thing. When we are growing, when we are evolving, when we are leveling up, things are not supposed to work how they used to work. Things are not supposed to be how they used to be. That's a part of growing. It's like, even I'll use shoes for an example. As you get older, because people always say, a baby, they feet be growing fast. I just bought them shoes 2 weeks ago and now you can't fit them. No, baby, because I gotta grow, because I can't stay the same. I know that you just bought them clothes for me a month ago, but baby, I have to grow. I can't stay the same. And so what will happen is you'll try to fit into them clothes and them shoes that you can't fit. And then you mad and you trying to button them up and you trying to lace them shoes up and you can't get nothing but your big toe in them shoes because you have grown. But because you want to wear them shoes so bad and you don't want to go out and buy no more shoes, you don't want to go out and get something else, you gonna risk your feet hurting all day long just so you can stay in them shoes that you thought were comfortable, but now you being uncomfortable. Oh my goodness. Child, listen. Whew. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is a word. That is a word. Hold up. That is a word. Because you think, well, I just bought these shoes. I'm finna get my money out of these shoes. And so 2 weeks ago, them shoes were comfortable. And because they were comfortable 2 weeks ago, now, and because you spent all that money on them 2 weeks ago, now those shoes are not comfortable for you 2 weeks later, but you only thinking about the money that you spent on them shoes. And so now, so you can stay comfortable. I want you to catch this word. I'm trying to give it to you straight so you can catch it, so that you can stay comfortable. You are making yourself uncomfortable so that you can continue to be in a space that was once comfortable for you. My God, how does that work? Why is it that when God is trying to elevate us and God is trying to get us to grow, we refuse? It's like, Lord, I asked you to make my situation better, but when you start making it better, now I got a problem with it. Like, now, like, God, I know I asked you to put distance between me and this person, but then you really started putting distance between me and this person. But now I don't like that you putting distance between me and this person. No, could it be that you just have a problem with the growth process? You just have a problem with the evolution. You just have a problem with leveling up at this moment in your life because you rather stay comfortable. You rather do things that are easy. You rather do things that don't require a lot of work. Because I done been doing this for 6 months now. I ain't got to think about it too much. Baby, I can do this with my eyes closed. But the moment you got to do it with your eyes open, now it's a problem. No, but this used to come so easy. I used to be able to do this in my sleep. Baby, if you want to level up, if you want to grow, you have to be okay with being uncomfortable. You have to be okay with things not working in your now season that worked in your previous season. Quit trying to bring old things, old tools, old resources, old habits into your new season when God is telling you, I already have everything laid out. Just like a surgeon has all the necessary tools and things that they need when they are going in that operating room and they finna operate on somebody. God is like, listen, I have everything laid out for you just like that. All you have to do is let go of the old things. All you have to do is let go of your old way of thinking. It doesn't work no more. So quit trying to make it work. Quit trying to bring it into this season, because all you're doing is bringing old baggage into something new instead of just letting all of that stuff go and saying, you know what? God is already preparing the table before me. He prepared it. God already laid it out. My path is already clear. When I get there, when I grow, new resources and stuff come with growth, homegirls. Let me encourage you that if you didn't know, if you didn't believe, if you were kind of iffy about it, baby, I am here to remind you and to confirm to you that new resources, new tools, new strategies, new mindsets, baby, new resources, new breakthroughs, new happiness, all of that comes with growth. All of that comes with leveling up. Because think about it, when you grow, you're growing into somebody that you've never been. So you have to possess some things you've never had. My God. Ooh. Y'all, this word is blessing me so much. And it blessed me every single time. I promise you, I spent probably about a month just chuckling. It wasn't a month straight, but every time it would come up, I would just chuckle because I'm like, there I was getting so frustrated. I was getting so mad because this feature was no longer working. And I'm like, God, why is this not working? I am trying to contact these people. Like, can you please restore it? I promise you I didn't abuse this feature. I didn't do anything. The whole time it wasn't never nothing I did. It was just, hey, you are growing. Your group is growing. And so what worked when you first started this group, it is not going to work now. Now you have embarked on other territory, and what you did in that previous season, baby, it's not going to work. And so I want to encourage you, homegirls, that everything you did in your previous season, how you overcame a situation in your previous season, baby, it might not work this season, because that situation you came out of, it came with some growth attached to it. And now you have to become a whole nother person, and you have to collect new resources and new ways to get over these situations. So you may have dealt with that breakup 2 years ago and got over it using XYZ, but baby, now you got to go to PQR. You got to go totally different. You got to go all through the alphabet to get something different, because what worked with XYZ, baby, that ain't going to work in this next season God is taking you. And so as you are growing, as you are leveling up, as you are going through these changes that are required, as you are healing and you are becoming the best version of you, and you are evolving, and God is opening doors, and God is helping you level up, and God is helping you do all of these things. As you become that new version of yourself, as you grow, you have to understand that it is required for you to possess and to first of all, it's required for you to let go of everything you tried to use in a previous season. Okay, I want you to scratch that out. It's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's done. That was cute in that season. It worked in that season. God, I thank you for those resources in that season. But now, Lord, show me the resources I need now as I continue to grow, as I continue to heal from this situation, as I continue to navigate this life that I'm living now, as I continue to step into the person you have called me to be. God, help me access these resources. Help me to let go of all the old resources, but then help me to have the capacity to access these new resources. So, homegirls, that's it for this episode, y'all. I love y'all. And I just pray that this episode blessed y'all. Just remember, baby, when you are growing, growth comes with new everything. New everything is attached to growth. Just throw out all your old stuff. Okay. Quit holding on to them clothes that you was like, girl, I'm going to get back in these. I'm going to get back down to my high school weight, baby. Throw that out and make room for new stuff. Okay. Throw that on out. We're not using those old resources no more. We are making room for the new things. All right. We going to new levels. We're going to have new resources. All right. We becoming a new version of ourselves. We're going to have new blessings that's coming with that. We're going to have new circles of people that are around us. We're going to have new demands on our life. And it's only because we are growing. But we can't fully walk into that version of us that is growing and evolving if we keep trying to make stuff work that worked in the previous season, okay? So I love y'all, homegirls. Let's drop in. Y'all know we're going to close it out with the Girl Just Heal mantra. So we are going to just take a deep breath in and out. And that is just us releasing all of the cares of this week, of today, of last week, last month, anything that has come up to trigger you. And we are going to repeat this Girl Just Heal mantra. And I want you to really make this thing personal. So the Girl Just Heal mantra is, I accept myself for who I am. I free myself from all fear. And today, I choose to heal. Yes, I accept myself for who I am. I free myself from all fear. And today, I choose to heal. One more time, I want you to drop in. I accept myself for who I am. I free myself from all fear. And today, I choose to heal. So thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Girl Just Heal podcast. I'm your favorite homegirl, Neimoya Basden. And until we speak again, girl, just heal. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Girl Just Heal podcast. Be sure to connect with us on social media at Girl Just Heal. And if you need an extra dose of support during your healing journey, join our private Facebook community where we can continue to heal, grow, and evolve together.